At BJP, actually, we've done a lot to essentially internationalize our journal. It was a major focus of 2016, and we've done that by recruiting new senior editors to our board that span across Southeast Asia, Australasia, the Latin American countries, as well as, of course, across Europe. So BJP is an international journal, and that is reflected by those who work within the journal, but also, of course, those who submit to our journal. We've had increased submissions from China. We've seen numbers go up. We've actually made efforts to support Chinese authors in submitting to our journals by hosting webinars for early career researchers. Actually, we've done quite a lot to ensure that our international reach is broad and effective.
I would say the same for pharmacology research and perspectives, and that there's been significant outreach into parts of the world that have very active pharmacology, pharmaceutical development programs. But at the same time, I would say science is very much an international endeavor, so that almost naturally the journals are no longer very regionally affiliated, just by the very nature of the way science happens. At the same time, to have good exposure in these areas so that there's an awareness that good publication venues are available and are useful places to get one's information or science out into the public domain is very useful. And I think that these journals have very effectively been moved into the international space.
So this year we were faced with a fraud case in peer review, which we published widely. And, it's the sort of thing you get. The world is big and it's not all sort of in the same way. But things like this also, and that's why we made it entirely public, this particular case of peer review fraud, helps in other people teaching how this should be done. I think it's a role we have, and if you want to work internationally, these things will hit you occasionally. But then our role as a journalist to correct that in the way you do in a journal, which is by letting other people know.
This is particularly relevant in the areas of pharmacology, in that many international areas are moving to have a much more active pharmaceutical industry, development of pharmaceutical and pharmacological products, with an eye toward gaining access to Western markets. And so having this international focus, and then as Adam mentions, bringing international standards of publication up to a level that will be supportive of those moves of developing areas is very important, and I think these journals can play a key role in helping move that forward.
Our research world is richer by ensuring that there is a wide diversity, that the research approach is coming from different places, different labs, different countries. It adds to the depth of our understanding and advancing in terms of pharmacological mechanisms. It's important.